Hello, good evening everybody, and welcome to round number 4 of the North American Grand Prix. Monday night, open wheel Ferrari F312 Championship. We're coming to you live this evening from Monaco, a principality, where all the rich people live. Joined by my broadcast partner here tonight, Brad Maris. Brad, welcome.
I am joined by you here tonight, Al, but you know what? Taking some recon laps out there, man. I was getting nostalgic for this place. Man, I should have gotten a substitute for myself here tonight and join these guys out on track because they're going to have a hell of a time. Looking forward to a good race tonight, man.
Yeah, we have started the broadcast with qualifying already in session here. And we are now following Nieto on track. He won last week's race at Barcelona. And well, if you're not familiar with this track, then you must not be familiar with motor racing, because this is one of the all-time classics of Formula One, and that history of that. Wow, big slide from Nieto to there, but a little tap of the wall. You're going to see a lot of that tonight. But yeah, very historic track and site to of so many great real racing throughout the USA. But tonight it's competing in the virtual world, and these guys don't have to worry about destroying the real cars. Just hoping to survive here. It's going to be one of those nights where it could be a surprising run, Brad, right? You could see some guys,
yeah,
a lot of finishers or very few, or a lot of attrition.
Well, there's going to be some attrition. You don't have to worry about destroying any virtual cars because obviously, don't have to pay for them. Don't have to worry about fiery death and incineration either. But you do have to worry about crushing your championship hopes here tonight if you have some of those aspirations. And this is the type of track that can do it. Somebody is going to make the big mistake here tonight. The only question is who. A track like this is the type of track that you drive the track. The track is your main competitor here tonight, right? Last week at Barcelona, that's a direct fight for position. Out here, it's about managing your anxiety, getting a little lucky, keeping in control, and moving on and putting this one in the books. It's a great time. Quite a challenge.
Take a quick look at the track map. 19 corners here. Well, this is the 88 layout, so there might be a couple, 3 less corners, but for the most part, pretty much the same. Matt Taylor on board with now. He is not taking his front into the hairpin, the classic hairpin here, which leads after the couple double right-hander to this tunnel.
Yeah, it's going to be first gear through all of those corners, and these guys can manage to get through the tunnel flat out, assuming that they have enough downforce. It shouldn't be a problem for anybody. You got to pick your brake mark out. I use the light post on the right-hand side. The third one from the braking point is the one I choose. You got to be a little careful over the curbing. You can take liberties with that curbing if you cut too much of it. Those will be reviewed. Now coming through to back, second gear corner here for Matt Taylor, and now up through the swimming pool complex. Great, fun complex, but boy, you got to get it slowed down quickly enough for this right-left complex. Matt sticking in the first gear around there. Interesting, and quickly down to first here, coming through the Raskas. And boy, a fun track. I tell you, Al, my recon laps and a few laps driving around here, this Ferrari 312 does not get around this place too badly. Control is pretty good if you have enough aero on the car.
So Matt jumps up to provisional pole with a 1:35.6. So his teammate Chris Moses currently in second on an out lap. Ronnie Nunez in third. So just we're gonna walk real quick down memory lane here. Last season we ran this track in the Formula Lotus, where it was Luis Nieto had the best lap. Session has a lap record here with a 1:35.2. We saw a couple laps in the practice here, Brad, in the 34, so eclipse that mark here tonight.
Yeah, it's a possibility, but boy, you have to get everything right. I'll tell you what I've seen so far the last couple of days is Matt Taylor and Chris Moses really showing excellent pace around here. I think that they have found a good combination of a little less aero, helping the acceleration out of the corners, but still with good all-around grip. And boy, their times are looking awful sharp.
It's a bit off the pace here. John Houston looking rather racy here, currently in fifth. I want to apologize for the big red wrong way symbol on the onboard. This is a track that it's an add-on track. So when you're in the pit, for some reason it's sticking in on my onboard. So hopefully it goes away on the race, but if not, it's just something we're gonna have to deal with.
Yeah, well, there are worse things to have to deal with, so I guess we'll give you that one tonight, Al. I think we'll live.
So Houston's also on an out lap. Trying to find a guy here on a flyer. Feinster, currently in seventh. Really kissing that wall in turn one. Parsons now jumps up to provisional pole with the 35-1, so Parsons was one of those guys in the 34s who was in the practice leading up to this event here tonight. Webster again, he is way out. Looks like he's on an outlap. Looking further back here, Lemansky coming out of the pits. As is Urin. Pit lane very busy here. Very tricky pit lane. David Poole substituting for Ian Jolicoeur here tonight. He cannot make it, so looks like he is on an outlap. Kevin Baldwin. Currently 15th provisionally. Now Nunez clocked with his session best of a 35 and change. Currently in third. He's off the pace there as well. Let's jump on board with Matt Taylor as he is up in the first sector, making his way into the Piscine complex.
Yeah, gave up a bit of time there in the second sector, but nonetheless still out there. Could probably have ample opportunity here to run multiple laps in a row, but you know, traffic is going to play an issue around here, so it's hard to say if you're going to get lucky. Look, if you come up behind somebody and you're faster, you're just simply not going to be able to turn your best time. There's nothing for it.
Taylor lost a bit of time there in the second and third sector, so he remains in second. Not carrying any weight here tonight. I believe Parsons is carrying some success ballast here for this race. I'll have to double check that.
Actually, Aaron Parsons has no success ballast. That is Ronnie Nunez, the first of our weight-carrying competitors there. Oh, Luis Nieto actually eclipsed him, now up to second.
Just picked up Nieto there, so he clocks in with the 35.608. Going for another one here. Let's jump on board with Lewis.
20 carrying 20 kilograms is Luis Nieto, so looking pretty racy there with that 35.5, 35.6, whatever.
Carrying that success ballast from the win last week.
So important to get that corner right. Carry good momentum, because this is your one opportunity to really let the car air out a bit.
Nieto was even through the first sector. Taylor is not far off. He is about to complete a lap here. He was only a tenth off in sector 2. Taylor's going to come to the line. Back to second, so gets that position back from Nieto. Nieto is pretty close to his previous lap. Moses is on a flyer too. He is green in sector 2. Nieto coming up on some lap traffic here. Maybe get a tow here down the straight. He does. He picks up a little bit of time, but not enough to beat Taylor for second.
That was pretty good. I think Mike Monahan actually held him up a little bit earlier in that lap as well.
I believe Nieto's got some time in the bank there.
Yeah, he might. Oh, Moses looks like he gave up his good lap that he had going.
Yeah, he was looking good in the second sector, so he might have stuffed it into the wall. Kevin Miller 8/10 off in sector 1. So far, not seeing many guys taking liberties through that chicane there. The Nouvelle chicane.
Yeah, well, having the opportunity to view the replay now, I think guys definitely want to be a little careful of that. They run afoul of that and set the pole time. That will be removed, along with that bonus point the pole comes with, so definitely got to be clean.
Miller pulls into the pits. Traffic is going to be a bit of an issue here tonight, folks, especially lap traffic as we go later on into the race. But it's showing itself here in qualifying. You're seeing some guys coming up on some traffic. Mike Monahan now cruises up to 12.
Yeah, and you could say relatively off pace, but that's not necessarily the case. Again, these guys, their main competitor really is the circuit here tonight and surviving all of the laps that they're going to have to turn around here. So let's not be fooled. These times in qualifying don't necessarily equal into what their final race pace is going to be.
Taylor back on up in the first sector. This is our Nunez. That's a bit of a mistake there. Touched the wall. This race tonight is going to be more about concentration and keeping yourself perfect. It's so difficult to do here, but
boy, you aren't kidding. Matt Taylor actually looking very good. Got through Nouvelle chicane very nice. Is going to be up decently on his time here.
Yeah, he's up in both sectors. First and second. Coming up on some traffic ahead. Shouldn't be an issue. The Rascas. Oh, and he clipped that inside wall. Evan Lemansky now has jumped up to 6 in the pit lane, so he jumps up ahead of John Houston, who is in 7. Jim Fives is still impressed with his time, running in 8th, ahead of Kevin Miller in 9th. Greg Myers currently in 10th. Mike Greatrix showing in 11th. Don't see his teammate Jack Ivey here tonight. Not sure what's up with Jack.
Oh yeah.
John Martin in the 7th position. I'm sorry, the 12th position on an out lap. Mike Monahan. He was in 13th. Marty Loren. Cut out last week in that race at Barcelona. Was having a great run, but strategy got the better of him when after his pit stop finished. Ended up finishing the top 10, but I believe he could have had a better result than he did. But he's currently in 14th. David Rowley running in 15th. He blows the chicane. Sam Rolfe taking the escape road in 16th. Baldwin pits in 17th. Brian Story currently in 18th. David Pohl in 19th. A little surprised to see David as far back as he is here.
Yeah.
Not sure how much prep time he's got for this one. Mascarelli. Not sure where he is, but he is in 20th in the pits. Tom Traskell in 21st. Chuck Carter in 22nd, and currently without a time set is Brian Jones. Looks like he was just trying to get on the circle earlier. So, back up front, Aaron Parsons up in the first sector, and looks like he's got a car ahead of him. So not sure who that was, but
Like Chuck Carter.
yeah, looks like we're gonna have to park it.
Yeah, I know that Aaron, he was up on a hot lap, but I think Chuck Carter was on a lap as well, and boy, there's really wasn't a really great move if you're Aaron Parsons. I mean, it's a bummer, but you got to kind of back off in that situation.
Yeah, difference in speed there was pretty tremendous. Lap 5, sir. 4/10 off in the first sector. Jump on board with him.
Yeah, still looking pretty good is Jake Feimster. He can hold this lap together. He's gonna pick up at least a couple positions. Oh!
A little bit of time there in the second sector.
I just
don't think.
No. No, yeah, maybe. I think he gave some up.
Yeah, he did in the final sector. Wow.
I was going to say, and I have to say it, there's nothing better than getting this track right. It's just blissful.
Watch Nieto now. Moving through the first sector.
Yeah, and we've seen this a couple times from a couple people. We've seen a lot of guys actually looking pretty good through that second sector, but perhaps the pressure getting to them a little bit, trying to take a little too much advantage there in that third sector, not being able to complete that lap.
Dropping a little bit of time there in sector 2.
Well, that looked really good through there.
Short chip.
Using a lot of trail braking there, but it's looking sharp. I think he does have a chance to improve here, Al.
Yeah, I think so. Nieto to the line. Ooh, to provisional pole with a 35-1 by 0.17 of a second over Parsons.
A good-looking lap, and now with 5 minutes left to go, the onus is really on these other guys. Parsons, Taylor, perhaps Chris Moses, perhaps Ronnie Nunez. Time is running out for these guys to match that excellent lap.
5 to go. Parsons just starting a flyer now. On board with him.
Long run up here to Massenet, trying to get the entry just right. So critical. You have to give it a little bit of power. Coming up to the casino curve.
Parsons up in sector 1.
Oh, Miller dropped from the server.
He'll retain that time if he comes back. He should get it.
Parsons still looking pretty good here. I think he is up on his time.
Up in sector 2.
Such a good final sector for Louis Nieto, though. I don't know about this, but it's only 17 1/1000ths of a second. He's got to get here.
You might have it here, Brad.
No, it's so close.
Ooh, and he clipped him by 9/1000ths of a second.
Unbelievable.
Barely close. Moses looks like he's lagging a bit.
Well, he might be lagging a little bit there on the server, but he's certainly lagging a little bit in terms of qualifying pace here to those guys in front.
He's having some issues. We'll have to let him know. We'll finish this lap here. Taylor now, he is on a flyer, a little behind in the first sector. Moses is up in sector 1, big time, 3/10. Taylor lost a bunch of time in the middle.
I don't know what Moses is doing. Maybe he's just lagging through some of the arm codes, gaining a bit of an advantage or something that way.
Up in sector 2.
Well, here we go. Now here's some pressure for you, Al. This is his last opportunity. Oh! Well, he's lagging. It's hard to tell if that was bad or not.
Tells me his daughters are on Netflix.
Oh! Did he get? Oh!
I think he did, yeah.
Yeah, better let him know.
Okay, so, message sent there. Okay, just a minute to go here in this session. Parsons about to start a flyer. Nieto on a lap now. This is for all the marbles.
Well, it really is, and let's not forget Matt Taylor is running around out there too. And oh no, he brought it to. That's it. Matt Taylor's done.
Matt is done. It's up to Nieto at this point. Behind in sector number 2. I'm sorry, sector 1.
No!
Yep, that's not going to do
Nieto.
it.
Done.
Parsons out there, but I think this is his pole lap here. As we watch now, Ronnie Nunez, who is behind by quite a bit there in sector number 1.
Yeah, he'll get this lap, but he is not going to grab the pole.
Yeah, he's behind big time. So session is over here as Nunez, as he comes to the line, does not improve. Parsons is not going to improve. Houston is done. He's in the pits. Brian Jones looking to improve on his time. Oh, he's going to bring it to a close. Sam Rolfs done, and that's it. Aaron Parsons, your pole sitter here tonight with a pretty stout lap, 35-1 track record here at Monaco, eclipsing the previous best by just almost exactly a tenth. Looking back at last season's run here, race went 45 laps, same distance, same lap distance tonight, 45 laps, hour and 14-minute run. Luis Nieto took the win here, followed by Matt Taylor and Chris Moses with your podium finishers. Only 4 cars finish on the lead lap. So, that's going to be big in terms of the competition index for tonight, Brad.
That's exactly what I was going to mention. Yeah. And if you don't mind, I will. Because you got all those guys at the top involved in that competition index as usual. The guys finishing up front, they're going to finish a lot of laps, but the Kevin Millers are in there, of course, the John Wathens, the Greg Myersers, so it's a race within a race within a race. You're battling the track, you're battling each other, but these guys also battling. They know the importance of this and not to lose those precious laps toward that competition index at the end of the year. So maybe even extra pressure on those guys tonight. I'm going to be interested in watching how that unfolds.
Yeah, we got let's see. Looking at the numbers here, we got 6 drivers who were perfect, 109 laps completed run so far this season. But after tonight, we have, Greg Myers, Kevin Miller, and John Houston are behind a lap. But that could change. So these guys could be right back in the thick of it after tonight, depending on how things shape up. So it's going to be interesting to watch that battle play out. But speaking of battles, let's look at the standings here for this season so far after 3 rounds. Ronnie Nunez leading the way with 58 points, followed by Chris Moses just 3 points behind Nunez with 55. Parsons in third with 48, now 49 after that pole lap. And Matt Taylor with 45, Kevin Miller in fifth with 35. So really close in terms of the Drivers' Championship. In the Team Championship, Precision Motor Racing, that's Chris Moses and Matt Taylor with 100 points. Monty Python's Racing making a huge leap last week, moving their way up to second now, just 6 points behind Monty Python with 94 points. That's Nunez and Nieto. T-Brock Dambam in third with 76. That's John Houston and Aaron Parsons. Kung Fu Racing, Marty Uren and Ian Jolicoeur in fourth with 46. Papoul filling in for Jolicoeur tonight. And Team Blue Gloves in fifth with 43 points. Kevin Miller and Brian Story. So really tight championship points situation in both sides, Brad, both the drivers and the team championship.
Yeah, and that's a result of the action we saw last week at Barcelona. Still early days here, only going into our 4th round of the championship. Interesting that Aaron Parsons jumped up there, but I continue to look at that those PMR standings. Those Monty Python's Racing doing a great job taking away points from them last week, and T-Brock Dambam also as well gaining some points. PMR is still looking quite good, and with some decent qualifying positions here tonight. But like I said, somebody's going to make a mistake. Out of all those guys at the top, those top 5 guys, one of them most likely will, or maybe 2. So that's the question that we're going to see who that happens to tonight. A very intriguing race. I love this event, and it's great to be a part of. And yeah. Should have gotten out there tonight, Al.
Yeah, should have. So, well, let's take a look at the, let's run down the order here tonight. So, starting from pole, it's going to be Aaron Parsons, followed by Nieto in second. Matt Taylor's going to start third. Ronnie Nunez in fourth. Chris Moses is going to start fifth.
John Houston takes 6th. Kevin Lemansky, nice time for 7th. Jake Feimster, also nice time for 8th. Kevin Miller starts 9th. Mike Monahan starts 10th.
Greg Myers is going to start 11th. Uren in 12th. Mike Greatrix 13th. John Watson 14th. Brian Jones in 15th.
Yeah, David Poole, not much practice apparently. He starts 16th, and David Rowley takes 17th. Sam Rolfe is in 18th. Ken Baldwin 19th. Brian Story's in 20th, and I'll finish him off, Al. Lou Mascarelli starts 21st. Tom Traskell takes 22nd. Chuck Carter, he had some connection issues, but it looks like he is in the server. He's going to start 23rd tonight, Al.
Yeah, so a couple guys shy here tonight, but nonetheless, it should be a good run. I just hope these guys display a little bit of patience here going into turn one here, especially. But the opening laps here is just going to be really tricky. If you have one guy make a mistake, a lot of pressure on the guys up at the front to keep it clean. It can be a bottleneck somewhere if somebody gets it wrong. But let's keep our fingers and toes crossed here and see how it goes. Any predictions here tonight, Brad?
I like Aaron Parsons starting at the front. If he is able to squeak by Luis Nieto, I think that veteran experience, all those laps will pay off here tonight.
Look for Greg Myers to make his way through the field here tonight. We're about to go green here from Monaco. And we're off. Nice start by the front of the pack here. A little contact. Looks like that might have been Brian Story. Ooh, and Nieto has made his way past Aaron Parsons here on the opening lap. Wow.
That's big.
That is huge at a track that really is difficult to overtake on. Watch the field make its way through the hairpin. So far, besides that little contact turn one, seems pretty good so far, Brett.
Yeah, I'm still holding my breath, Al, but so far so good.
Nieto continues to lead here as he makes his way through the chicane, closely followed by Aaron Parsons in second. Nunez now starting to put a lot of pressure on Parsons there for that second spot. Parsons appears to be fighting that car a little bit here in the early goings. Man, Nieto is rocketing away, Brad.
Yeah. Not sure what to make of this exactly. No difference in tires or anything. He just feels, I guess he feels like it's time to push a little bit, and he's doing it.
Crimester continues to hold on to that 7th spot. Good start here from Jake and Lemansky right behind him in 8th. Miller holding firm here in 9th, followed by Mike Monahan with a nice start, running in the top 10 here early.
Yeah, sure is. Started in that 10th position and is holding on to it as we speak. And, of course, lots of action behind as that group is still bunched up here in the opening laps. Boy, these guys still so nervous, still really trying to feel out the conditions, feel out the car, what their competition is doing around them. And all, perhaps except for Luis Nieto right now, just trying to get sorted and calmed down and into this event, this rather long event, really.
Parsons looks like he's got things sorted now. He has put a little bit of gap between himself and Nunez. Matt Taylor now in 4th. These guys, Parsons, Nieto already out to a 2-second gap over Aaron Parsons. Moses behind in 5th. John Houston starting to feel some little pressure here from Jake Crimester in 7th. And Parsons now setting fast lap of the race with a 36.7.
Yeah, I would have said, well, maybe when we were off camera, Parsons banged off the Armco or something, lost a second or two real quick, but that lap pace wouldn't suggest that, would it, that he had damage?
I mean, it could have been a matter of just being a little cautious there at the start for Parsons, but I might have caught him out here in the early goings.
I think I would have been cautious.
Miller now putting a lot of pressure. Kevin Miller might have tapped the wall there, putting a lot of pressure here on Lemansky.
You can get away with very minor taps, very tiny scrapes. You can get a little zero damage indicator, but you can't get too many of them before you do start bending something that shouldn't be bent.
Ooh, it looks like Jakester. Fivester. I said Jakester or whatever. I combined the two. But yeah, a little bit of an issue there for Jake. He hangs on to that 7th though, but he's got Lemansky all over his tailpipe. And Miller's there as well.
Yeah, and now that they're in battle, you can't assume that you're going to have better pace when you start watching those mirrors, as well as trying to negotiate the Armcos around here. Things could get dicey quickly, so this is a direct fight right now.
Miller involved, Mike Monahan, he is right there as well. You can see him in Kevin Miller's mirrors.
Monahan looking racy. I like it.
Gap now already 3 seconds between Nieto and Parsons.
Looks like Greatrex and Mike Greatrex and David Rowley, meanwhile, have dropped way back, so they may have had to pit first, early pit for repairs. Boy, last time here we saw Nunez now in 3rd place, running great laps up with teammate Luis Nieto, but running so well in that race, but lost it in the 3rd sector and crashed out. So Ronnie Nunez yet to complete one of these Monaco events here at NAGP.
That's a good point there, Brad. Yeah, it looks like Miller might have a little bit more top end than Mike. Mike running perhaps a little bit more downforce on the car. Been able to close up a bit on Miller here through the twisted box.
I tell you, looking at some of those speed trap times, there's a definite difference here in some of the top speeds that I was noticing. I think the aero does play a bit of a role here, despite it being such a relatively low speed track.
Rally is checked out of this one.
Yeah, that's too bad, showing way down the list early. I think that is contact and retirement, yeah.
All over the back of Kevin Miller. Lemansky putting a lot of pressure on Feinster.
Yeah, and as you watch those great battles, let's take a look up the pylon as well, and note that time gap between Parsons and Nieto.
Oh yeah, I just picked up on that. You gotta wonder if Nieto might have had a mistake there. Definite mistake. Pushing hard here early, Brad.
Well, it absolutely looked like he was trying to take some chances to gain a gap. I mean, to me, so he may have just gone over the limit a little bit, but who knows? It's hard to say. It could just be a little bit of loss of control there at the New Bell chicane, too.
Parsons not out of this one yet. He is starting to close up here on Nieto.
Yeah, as you watch that battle, I can tell you that the Monahan-Miller battle, 9th and 10th, is just where it was, with Lemansky now pulling a slight gap on 9th place Kevin Miller.
That's really better. Ooh, Monahan clipping the Armco.
Oh boy.
Mike doing a good job there, staying out of the way. But tough break for Mikey. Hopefully he stays in this one. But the battle is at the front here between Nieto and Parsons.
Boy, tough break there if you're Mike Monahan, but you have to try to stay positive, try to get to that pit window, because your competitors that you are up there with, they can make the very same mistake. So you just got to put your head down, keep fighting as hard as you possibly can. So I'm going to guess we saw last season the majority of guys making 2 stops there on the softs. Looks like the majority of the field is on the softs rather, and I would expect to see the same thing here. 2 stops for most of these guys tonight.
David Pohl showing in the pit lane, so he may be out.
Yeah, had made up some nice ground, really. A couple 3 positions anyway from where he started.
Ooh, Houston out.
Oh, that's big. Oh, he was down the order. We didn't see that. Well, there you go. There's the first casualty here for our championship hopefuls. Out on lap 7.
Two PMR guys running 4th and 5th, Taylor and Chris Moses. 5's now up to 6th. He's put a bit of a gap now between himself and Kevin Lemansky. Kevin Miller, not sure what happened to him, but he's dropped. Oh, he's in the pit lane. So he looks like he's coming in for some service. So Greg Myers now jumps up to 8th. And right ahead of him is Lemansky. Ooh, Chuck Carter out of this one. So we predicted some attrition here for this race, and it's starting to prove itself here.
Yeah, sure is. Three retirements. Quite a few of them. There goes Cole. Yeah, he was showing in the pits. I was wondering if he was going to pull the chute, but I mean, you know, the way the retirements can stack up around here, even if you're spending 3 minutes in the pits getting your wishbones fixed, it might be worth it, even if you just gain a couple points. Could end up meaning something by the end.
Moses now putting some pressure on his teammate. So the 2-stop strategy, Brad, what are they looking at in terms of pit window? I know you generally talk to some of these guys before race time. Any feedback?
Yeah, lap 15 would be a third of the way through, right? So that's about what I would guess. Then they're not going to take any more fuel generally than they're going to need if they're doing that strategy. So I would suspect a third race worth of fuel and tire stop.
This battle up front, incredibly close between these two, Nieto and Parsons. It's been at 5/10 for a number of laps now.
Yeah, for those guys, it's still very much.
Parsons had a look on the inside there, but thought better of him.
For these guys and perhaps Nunez, it's still very much kind of a fight for a position here on track. For everybody else, now the race has changed a little bit. Now it is more about that going into conservative mode a little bit, consistent mode, just trying to survive for a good amount of laps. Oh, Lou Mascarelli, he's out of there.
Already these guys coming up on some lap traffic. That is Mike Rachels, who did come in for service.
Yeah, and good for him. Running last on track, but now only 2 positions out of the points with the other guys pulling the plug. I don't, you know, I'm here to race, man. I'm going to go in and get that 312 fixed up and get back out on track myself. The motor's still running. I'm using it to get back to the pits. That's all I know.
That's what sets you apart from the rest, Brad.
Well, I'm just saying.
So this could be interesting here as these guys make their way through in the tunnel. Trying to get past Matrix. Ooh, Parsons with a bit of a lift there, had to do it, but a good job by Mike Matrix there to let those guys through. Holding firm, 3 seconds behind. Moses has been closing up on his teammate from time to time. They are 10 seconds off the lead of this race. Meanwhile, Jake Vimes still running strongly here, now up in 6th, followed by Lemansky and Greg Myers in 8th.
Yeah, Moses behind teammate Matt Taylor. You know, if Moses is a little bit faster, it might not be a bad idea to try to get Moses through. See if you can't make any inroads to Matt Taylor by the end of the race. Obviously, it's gonna take a while. But if you're thinking,
go ahead.
If you're thinking long term, you know, in terms of the points, then you take whatever chances you can get, whatever your best percentages are to maximize your points. You know.
Watch this battle between Sam Rolfe and Brian Story. Rolfe inching away a little bit here from Story. Battle was really tight a couple laps ago. It's widened slightly. The race right now is, again, up front is the closest battle we got going on track.
Yeah, if you're Aaron Parsons, you got to be feeling pretty good, really. Obviously, he's able to hang right with Nieto, and so perhaps he can do something with the strategy, try to make that pass into pits, but I don't think Aaron Parsons is in any particular hurry here to make a move. I think he's more than happy just to sit around for a while and maybe let Lewis work the lap traffic, use him as a blocker here out front. So far so good, I think. Coming up on Mike Monahan here, the leaders. I don't think Mike Monahan has stopped after that contact with the wall. Hopefully he doesn't have more than a yellow rear wing there. Uh-oh, Brian Jones out.
Yeah, a number of guys now falling by the wayside. Let's try to kind of see how many finishes we had last season. 17.
Well, that's where we're at right now.
Kevin Miller now in the pit lane, getting serviced.
So you'd say maybe a little bit of an early stop, but perhaps had a little bit of damage to repair, so stretch out that second stint a little bit is what he's thinking. Get the damage fixed.
Well, lets the leaders through without issue.
Well, Luis Nieto's really starting to look kind of slow now. And I think Aaron Parsons might now be getting a little impatient.
Yeah, there really is only maybe 1 or 2 areas where you can pass here. That'd be the turn 1 and then the chicane. Nieto a little bit wide here.
Yeah, it is that 20 kilograms for the win last week for Luis Nieto, and Aaron Parsons is not carrying any weight. I think we are seeing those effects here toward the end of this first stint.
Nunez in the pits. Let's see. Kevin Miller's done. I wonder if Nunez is... Oh, he's away. So he is serviced here in lap 12.
Yeah, so running what, some 3 seconds off the tailpipe of Aaron Parsons when he came in. We'll see if that gap shrinks or opens and stops cycle through.
So if you go by that strategy, you got to expect Nieto to be coming in. Those two teammates are running the same strategy.
Yeah, I think if you're Aaron Parsons, you know, 3 or 4 laps ago, you were okay to kind of kick back and wait because Nunez was not gaining any ground, really. But now that Nunez has come in for a stop and on that fresh rubber, he has an opportunity here to start making up some ground. And I think Aaron Parsons really would like to get by Lewis Nieto before his stop now.
Moses has now gotten past his teammate Taylor. So Taylor has dropped off quite a bit now from Moses after getting past, so you got to wonder if maybe Taylor had an issue that allowed Moses to get by.
Yeah, I neglected to see that. Yeah, or they swap positions or something.
Staying out. Moses in. So Nunez gets past Moses, who is in the pits. Myers has yet to pit. He is currently running in the 6th position.
You know, I think this Ferrari handled this track quite a bit better, really, than the Formula Lotus myself. Much more consistent, reliable. So I'm surprised that we've seen as many retirements as we have this early, really. Only a third of the way through the race.
So talking word from the pit lane is Moses and Taylor got tied up in some lap traffic. Ooh, Nieto in.
Well, here we go. This is going to determine whether Parsons is.
Oh, and Parsons has made a mistake
behind a car. Oh!
Ooh, man! And he made a mistake, and I think Monahan might have got into him. Yeah, it was Monahan.
Oh, victim number 2.
Just got the tail end of that, so I'm not sure if Parsons lost it on his own, but he is still leading. But now
that car's seriously damaged.
It is heavily damaged, for sure. He's going to try and make his way back around. Nieto now just 6 seconds behind after that pit stop. Taylor's still out on track. He's got some, you can tell he can't even turn the car.
Yeah.
Knowing Aaron, he'll bring that thing around, get it served, and get back out there.
Yeah, well, you know, you're going to at least take 16th if you finish the race, right? So you're going to score at least a point, but that is a bummer. So, T-Brock Dam Bam, tough night for those guys, and their championship hopes taking a hit here in round 4.
Yeah, taking a big hit. Now Taylor getting past. You see Parsons. Some heavy damage. As Nunez tries to get by those guys. Wow. That's a really Monahan heavily damaged as well, trying to make his way around.
Yeah, something definitely happened between those two guys.
Well, I said at the start, keep your eye on Greg Myers. Moses now rejoins after his stop. He is in 9th, 45 seconds off the leader. got 16 cars running currently, and we pay points up to 16, but you got to finish 75% of the race here to score points. But it's pretty bad here, Brad, as things start to space out here a little bit.
Yeah, it can go either way. You know, if you if you need to take a bit of a break, just let me know. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but we'll do the best we can. You got to take the good with the bad. And last week we had a great race all the way through. And the main challenger is the track. I mean, that's absolutely right. And then the luck that goes in with it too. So that's just a deal around here. You have to be prepared for it.
Nunez now closing quickly up on Matt Taylor, who is running in second. I don't believe he has pitted. So yeah, Taylor has yet to pit. So Taylor might be on a one-stopper here.
Oh, he's off the pace. Taylor's off the pace.
He is. Wow.
No, this is lap 16. He might not have enough fuel out.
Oh no, he's got serious suspension damage.
Oh! So now PMR flinches. Well, here you go. Now Aaron Parsons, he could be salvaging some nice points here if he can manage to finish this race ahead of Matt Taylor.
Little wonder, Parsons is back. He has gotten service. Greg Myers now in the pits. We just had a retirement. Monahan is done. Greg Myers in the pit lane. Here comes Taylor to get service, and Myers is away. And he's going to jump up to fourth. And it's going to be Nieto, Nunez, Feimster, and Moses just got past Greg Myers for fourth. Myers in the fifth.
So Luis Nieto has? Yes, he has stopped, yeah. Well, then why the hell is Moses all the way back there? Because he wasn't running that far off before stops.
He might have had some suspension damage that got repaired. Lost it all in the pits, I believe.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, oh, well, here you go. Parsons, I think, is going to take over that position from Matt Taylor. So T-Block Bam Bam salvaging some points now. It's up to Nunez and Nieto not to make those mistakes. As the traffic thins out here, it gets easier and easier. But the track can jump up and bite you at any time. So, and we saw it again. We saw it last season with Ronnie Nunez.
Well, Nunez was only 3 seconds off from Nieto, so Nunez has had his own problems as well. He's 18 seconds behind the leader.
Yeah, before those stops, that's right. So I was wondering how come Nieto jumped up after that big lead, but okay.
So Moses now starting to close the gap up here on Jake Feimster. The gap is about a second.
Wow. Yeah, man. I mean, you just you got to keep fighting. You just have to keep fighting. And who do we have in the top 10 here? Tom Traskell. I mean, who would have thought laps 4 seconds off the pace would put you inside the top 10 as they're running out on track right now? But that's the case, man. And hey, man,
let's run down this. Let's run down the top. Who we got left here? We got 15 drivers. Started off with 23. We got Nieto leading, followed by Nunez. Jake Feimster running in third, holding off Chris Moses, who is running in fourth. That's probably our closest battle on track. Greg Myers running in fifth. Ken Baldwin running in sixth. Marty Uren in seventh. All these guys remain on the lead lap. John Walker running in eighth. notice Kevin Lemansky Sam Rolfe is in 9th. This will be a good run here for the taxi service if they can finish where they are.
Yeah.
Tom Traskell, you mentioned him. He is in 10th, and Parsons is all over the back of him. Oh, and some contact between Parsons and Traskell. So that front end damage is not going to be good for Parsons.
Look, we have time, so I'm feeling like I should wax eloquent, and fill as much time as I possibly can. But look, if you're Aaron Parsons here, it doesn't matter how much time you're losing behind the guy. You gotta not hit him. I didn't even see what happened. It doesn't matter. But Aaron Parsons has got to know, man, if you give up even 5 seconds a lap sitting behind a guy, you got to do it to keep the car clean at this point. I mean, the only thing that can possibly hurt you at this point is contact with somebody. Just saying.
Yeah, I didn't really catch it, but I just saw him get in the back. He's back all over the back of... oh, and now Parsons and Taylor get involved in a big incident.
Nieto
was involved in that as well, trying to fish his way through this lap traffic.
Alright, this is an S show now. Holy cow. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Pack up the lights, turn off the cameras.
I think that contact Parsons had with Traskell caught him off. He had some pretty severe understeer going up the hill. And there's too much momentum from Taylor. He couldn't check up in time, and Nieto was just there. But Nieto's got a pretty substantial gap over his teammate Nunez, so he could probably come in and get that damage replaced. What did he come in around lap 15?
Well, yes. Yeah, so plenty of time to do that. Even if he gives up the position to teammate Ronnie Nunez, no big deal. He's got 50 seconds to Moses. And actually, it wouldn't be a bad option, really, especially if the car's feeling uncomfortable. If you got the time, why not? Looks like he's going to go ahead and give it another recon lap or two. But
you got to keep in mind as well. I mean, seeing some very uncharacteristic, some careless mistakes here from some pretty talented guys out on track. You don't necessarily see this stuff. I'm left scratching my head. Someone Lou just posted jaw dropping. Yeah, I mean, it's surprising to see this track can just bring the worst out of people, unfortunately.
Oh, crap. I meant to clip that. I forgot to clip that, damn it. Oh, well. Yeah, so, the guys behind, Nieto and Taylor, you're just on the limit there. There's just nothing to do. You don't have any more input to give, be it braking or turning or anything, so they didn't have anywhere to go.
Well, Moses now has gotten past Jake Vine in third. And it is Nieto, Nunez, and Moses in the top three, with Feinster running in fourth, Myers in fifth. I gotta believe Myers and we saw Jake have a little off. We haven't seen any real mistakes from Myers. He's been running a clean race, from what I can tell, all night.
Yeah, turning laps around the 40 range. Feinster is a little bit underneath that, though, so Gregory Myers has a pretty tough hill to climb if he wants to get that fourth place on merit. But it's possible. I mean, your pick's looking pretty good here, Al. I'm looking at he's only got two guys in front of him, Greg Myers, that is, in fifth. Two guys to go out to get on that podium, and we got over a half race to go, so on a percentage basis, he's already on the podium. We're in second.
We got Ken Baldwin running in sixth. This would be certainly his best result so far. here at NAGP, running in 6th. His car's got some signs of some damage on the side part. Holding off Marty Uren, who's coming on strong.
Yeah, neglected to see Marty Uren. Now that these guys are the order has shifted a little bit, a little easier to see exactly where everybody is, and of course Watson as well. So that is actually kind of a tight battle. We'll see how long it lasts.
Baldwin in. It's almost like you got to run this race like they used to do at Daytona. Start from the back. Wait for the big one. Just weave your way through, and then next thing you know, you're running in the top 5.
Yeah, not a bad strategy for sure. I mean, there's only so much you can do around this place. You know, it's hard to avoid incidents. So you just have to do everything you can not to generate them yourself. You know, and then hope for the best after that.
All right, so let's see. Competition index implications. Nunez, Taylor's lap down, so he's going to take a hit. Moses is on the lead lap. Lemansky, he's going to take a hit. Showing a lap down, almost 2. Parsons going to take a hit. Moffitt's still on the lead lap. Last car on the lead lap, however.
Let's see, and Uren, I think he is not among the leaders, right? For that? No, he didn't make the first race, or didn't score points.
No, he wrecked out in the first race. But Greg Myers, he's gonna look good here. He's got. Gets there on the lead lap. He's going to be looking pretty decent. So is Jake as well. So we'll see how this thing plays out. Just about at the halfway point. We've got half the field gone, pretty much. We'll see who's left after this. Yeah, hook up my wheel, Brad, and see what happens. We might win this thing.
Well, you'd have to say under ordinary circumstances, you know, we saw the guys come in there between 12 and 15. We'd expect to see it between 27 and 30. But I think there's going to be some guys off sequence there coming in getting the damage fixed. So we'll see. I think Nunez and Nieto and perhaps Moses might stick to that strategy. Feimster and Myers as well. But for the rest of the guys, could be kind of a crapshoot of when they're going to come in.
I'll tell you what, despite that incident Nieto had with Parsons and Taylor, he's still picking up time on his teammate. He's done now 21 seconds up on his teammate.
Yeah, those laps are starting to, after some suspect lap times from Nieto after that incident, they've come down again. So I think he's kind of learned to drive around the damage a little bit, how to drive with it. Nonetheless,
lap times is in 38s, 37s a couple laps ago. Nunez primarily in the 37s. And Nieto just dipped down into the 36s his last lap. So it doesn't look like the incident has cost him too much.
Well, right now the way it's looking, still a ways to go, as mentioned. It's probably the possibility of a back-to-back winner. And that is a rare thing these days. This winner's weight ballast has been equalized out pretty well to prevent these winning runs. But Luis Nieto right now is, staring at that back-to-back win right in the face, and that just coming back into the league after that surgery. So pretty impressive stuff.
Bob Moffitt in the pits for service, as is Marty.
more stop for those guys, and they're actually running relatively close out there on track. Those are pretty close battles for positions as they run.
Walker comes out behind. Ken Baldwin is running out in 6th. In 8th, Marty rejoins. He's gonna rejoin. So in 9th, make that 10th as Parson beats him up.
So let's see. Taylor must have come in, and did Parsons come in again after his deal, or has he come in yet since? The car looks pretty clean. He must have come in.
Don't believe so. But Taylor, we just saw him come out of the pit lane, so he just got service. Rolf running in 13th. Matrix behind him, so this is a battle for position here between these two. It's a tight battle.
Yeah.
Ryan Story still running out there. He is 3 laps down in 50. Monahan out, Miller out, Ryan Jones out, Mascarelli out, Poole out, Chuck Carter out, Houston out, and Rally. 8 retirements so far.
Yeah, tough night for those guys, but for the rest of them still out there on track. Laps yet to complete. Almost a little bit.
I just caught that. Really pushing hard here to try and pick up some ground on Ken Baldwin.
Yeah, well, I think he's doing it. I think he feels like he has a legitimate shot at that position, and I tend to agree, though. Baldwin has been showing some pretty good lap times. And yeah, as they run, I mean, you can see on the color on the scoring pylon that the Parsons to Rolf battle there. Those guys are all relatively close on track as well.
Parsons looks like he's looks like Feimster who's running in 4th. I think he realizes Parsons probably got a better pace than he is right now. Doesn't put up a fight, even though Feimster's a lap ahead.
Yeah, still smart though.
So the battle out front is Nieto, 25 seconds up on his teammate, continuing to pick up time lap after lap.
I'm wondering if Nunez hasn't picked up some damage somewhere along the way. I kind of suspect. I mean, with the way the race is shaping up, there's no reason not to kind of put it into cruise mode. But Nunez pretty far off of his best times.
Yeah, it looks like the side of his car showing some damage.
Oh yeah.
Looks like he's visited the wall a couple of times. Moses, who is running in 3rd. His car looking pretty clean, but nonetheless finds himself 3 seconds behind the leader, Nieto. Gotta say, very impressed with Jake and Greg. Both these guys remaining on the lead lap so far. Now starting to put some pressure on Sam Rolf again here for 13. Austin now has closed the gap up on Ken Baldwin. Looks like he does have the pace pace over Baldwin, but going to have to show some restraint here.
Yeah, I might see some damage there on that Kent Baldwin machine, but his laps were looking pretty strong early relative to John Wathan, so I have to assume that Baldwin has picked up a little bit of damage. Or maybe Wathan had damage first in. Not sure.
These guys make their way past Brian Story. Nice job by Story.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, boy, Nunez is really off the pace. And Chris Moses is starting to pick up quite a bit of ground now. It's, you know, you're looking still at some 30 seconds, but it's not outside the realm of possibility at this track. The guy picking up damage in front, you know, by the end, still a few laps to run. And if Moses can continue to gain that type of ground, he may still have a shot at that second position.
Yeah, that'll be huge for Moses. He is behind Nunez in the Drivers' Championship standings.
Yeah, it's a huge gap, but he's picking up a second a lap. You know, and that's not chump change. I keep wondering how Taylor got back behind Parsons after, because Parsons had the mistake, Taylor and Nieto got into him, but then Taylor got past Parsons. But now the positions are reversed. I keep trying to figure out how that's happened.
I think Taylor might have come in again for another pit stop.
Yeah.
Pit window. Whoa. Like that is Nieto trying to weave his way through one of the back markers here.
Yeah, it was Aaron Parsons getting caught out by Tom Traskell. I mean, look, Tom's going to be off pace. You just got to know it. You got to break slowly. I mean, we've all made mistakes, but boy. It's going to be tough. You just got to wait it out, though. And it's not a knock on Tom Traskell at all. That's just the deal. Different paces.
Watching this battle between Matrix and Traskell. This is 413.
Boy, that Mike Greatrex machine showing a little bit of damage. I do really continue to be impressed here with Tom Traskell. He is, I mean, from what I've seen anyway, hard to tell what happened with the incident with Aaron, if he did something funny, came into the braking zone or something, who knows, but it looks to me like he has really just gone out and tried to run his own race. Wow.
Greatrix tries an overtake late brake maneuver there at the chicane and doesn't get it done. Nice job by Mike there. He could have kept going, but gave Tom the position back. Continue this battle some more.
It looks like Moses has come into the pits and recycled out behind Jake Feimster. So a couple seconds, second and a half back of Jake.
Baldwin still holding off John Wathan here for that sixth position. Back to the Greatrix Traskell battle. Mike really gets a good run off up the hill here on Traskell, really getting tucked underneath. But it's just so hard to pass here.
know you've got that battle going on watching. Do you remember when Jake Feimster came in for his last stop out?
Oh, Mike looking on the outside here. Whoa, again, same move. Is it going to make it stick? A little contact there. Oh!
No, oh!
And Mike just muscles his way through there. Picks up 13th. Tom has a little bit of a moment. Moses has, after pitting, has goes back up on Jake. So you asked about Jake. It looks like he pitted back on, let's say, lap 15.
Okay. Yeah, because Moses will want to get that space cleared as quickly as possible. He can run pretty good pace now and pick up even more time on Ronnie Nunez, but as the laps click off, that position grows more and more unlikely. An already unlikely scenario gets even more unlikely.
Nieto has pitted. Nunez in the pits. Moses all over the back of Jake. And Nunez is going to come out 27 seconds behind his teammate.
Yeah, so same gap. That's interesting. I mean, that would suggest that they either had the same amount of damage to repair, or well, we know that Nieto probably had some with that contact.
Jake into the pits.
Yeah, so that gap, Moses to Nunez, back out there to 30 seconds, and I mean, you know, he was held up over, you know.
So Jake is away. Going to beat out Greg. Ooh, not by much. Quick start from Greg. Whoa!
Oh my!
Whoa!
Well, that was clearly on Great Tricks.
I mean, you gotta know guys are coming in and out of the pits there. That was just completely...
Was he letting somebody by, or what?
I did not see anyone there, but... Let's see, Jake is away, and yeah, you can tell he's got some significant damage. Listen, Jake can come back in, get that thing repaired, and get back out there. Probably not lose that landing position, so hopefully he decides to keep going here, but that was a devastating hit. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that, Brad. I'm not sure what the hell just happened there. That's not a line you typically take.
Well, looks like Parsons is trying to get by Baldwin.
Great choice.
Well, probably should be.
All right, so Parsons gets by Baldwin. That brings us down to, what, 14 runners here? I just feel so bad for Jake, man. He was just running a phenomenal run there. Yeah, that's just a horrible luck on his part. You know, it's such a difficult pit exit as it is. I hate to keep going back to it, but it's just something that shouldn't happen.
Well, the good news that the pain is almost over for these guys and for us. 12 laps, gonna be over before we know it. You know, stay upbeat, grab some coffee.
Where are we going to be next week, Brad? Let's check that out. Oh, we're at Spa.
Oh, yeah.
Spa 66, another death trap.
You know, a death trap, but a real crowd-pleasing death trap. So the guys are all going to be up for that one. That is actually a very remarkable track to drive in the cockpit of these vintage motors. It is a hoot, I have to admit. And the reworked Spa 66.
Yeah. So it looks like Lemansky has gotten past Ken Baldwin. So they're running 6 and 7 teammates. Lemansky and Baldwin. That gap, Moses and Nunez now 28 seconds.
Yeah. I mean that's what I was saying. I mean Nunez is carrying an anchor.
Baldwin very much off the pace here as Taylor gets past now 4-7. So looks like Parsons might have come in for service, so Taylor's back ahead.
Gotcha, but Taylor should have another stop to make, right? Because he stopped late in that second rotation. Early, I mean.
They have, yeah.
Unless he fueled the thing up and planned on trying to run to the end. 11 laps, you know, sorry, good.
No, I was just going to say this Taylor Parsons could be shaping up into a fight in the end. I'm going to step away for 1 second, Brad. I'll be right back.
Yep, do it. Yeah, I'll get in what I was mentioning about Moses. You know, it kind of depends on the circumstances, how the race unfolds. This type of race, if you're Moses, you got to have something to focus on, right? I mean, yeah, okay, the track's hard enough to focus on, but you give yourself little goals, right? And you're looking at a 25-second gap. It's like, well, okay, but I've got 30 laps to go here, okay? So here's my goal. What can I do to try to at least keep that lead a little bit? And if something happens, maybe I can be in a position, you know, not likely, but and so that's why I was watching the gap, and here it is now, actually closing down their third to second place. And those little things like those 4 or 5 seconds lost to that traffic in front for Chris Moses could possibly by the end mean something. So that's what you do in these situations. You try to give yourself little goals and give yourself something to focus on. If you don't have the traffic around, if you aren't in the battles, to keep the focus up and engaged. And meanwhile, despite the retirements and being a little spread out here, it has been pretty entertaining, really. All things said.
I'm back, sorry. So Jake has rejoined now in 10th after getting his damage repaired, as he just makes his way past Sam Rowe. So we got 3 cars on the lead lap. We had 4. We had 4 last season, so for a new record here.
Yeah, might not be a horrible time for some trivia. I was trying to think. We had one race there in GTR2 when Mondays was a little suspect, and it's not now, by the way. Just this is an aberration. I don't know. I can't remember where it was. Goodwood or something in the rain. I think we had like 8 or 9 finishers. Do you recall where that was? It was a tight track, had a lot of walls. We only ran it once or twice. It's a fun track. We ran it for a fun race preseason.
Oh. Yeah, hold on.
It was a fun track. I enjoyed the hell out of it.
I think I know which one it was. Wait.
But I remember it just, I think it started off damp and it just got flooded and the field just fell apart. It was just disastrous.
Was it Sandown?
Oh, it might have been Sandown. That sounds awful familiar. Sounds real familiar.
You had 11 finishes there.
11. 11, I think that was it.
Oh, wait, no, Adelaide. Adelaide, we had 1, 2, 3, 4 cars in the lead lap.
Oh my! Four cars there, but how many finishers?
Oh, finishers. Oh, we had more than that. Yeah, I don't recall. I'm trying to.
Sandown sounds familiar. Yeah, if there was 11 finishers there, I think that might have been it. Adelaide. Now there's a track. There's a track. We need to get that one in the rotation.
Yeah, there's one for AC out there, but it really is not. I think it's got some issues with it.
Yeah, it's pretty crappy.
I like the last GT1 event we had at Sonoma. 3 hours. I thought my shoulders were going to explode when the race was ending. And I had a 3-hour battle with John Houston the whole race. I couldn't shake.
You had a good run. Yeah, you had a good run out there.
Panos.
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah,
I wasn't in that race. I don't remember why.
Samansky pulls it into the pit lane. So did we lose anybody else while I was gone? Oh yeah, Story's checked out. So down to 13.
I failed to notice that. Like Feimser shaked back out to the 10th position. So Myers, yep, still holding down 4th. He's gonna have to get a lot of luck here to slip onto the podium, but it's still possible. Houston checking in on the epic Sonoma battle.
Let's see. Yeah, finished 4th in the Panos. And Houston, something happened to him near the end. And I think we only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars finish on the lap here. 3 hours. Oh my God, my shoulders are everything. I think I called in sick to work the next day. I couldn't move.
I can't remember why I wasn't at that race, but our last official GT1 race, if memory serves, was at
It was there.
Nürburgring. It was at Nürburgring, I thought.
No, I think it was Sonoma, season 20. Well, maybe you're right.
Sonoma might have been the season before that, the last race the season before that. All I remember is sticking the last GT1 win as a feather in my cap. When I almost screwed you out of the competition index.
Oh,
on
yeah.
accident.
No, you did screw me out.
No, you had enough points. No, you finished up there.
Oh, I don't. Oh yeah, I was pretty upset with you that night.
I didn't know. I had no idea. I was looking for you back there. I had no idea.
Yeah, 40-second gap over Monroy.
I would have pulled over. I would have pulled over, come to a dead stop. Absolutely would have. I promise. I mean, I felt horrible about it. I still feel horrible about it. But you came away with it, though. I remember. Thank God. Yeah, seriously, I would have been so freaking gutted, man.
You were in the C5.
Yeah, I was in the S7R.
Results here say C5.
That's strange. I don't remember that at all.
Okay. So Parsons is slowly reeling in here. Matt Taylor. Working lap 39. Let's see, where did I finish in? Oh, I was in the saline.
Oh, you were in the saline.
Finally got into the saline after the thing got porked. Couldn't get out of its own way.
It was pork, but it was still very competitive.
My teammate finished. I was teamed up in Monaco. I think he won that season at Dubai. Not Dubai, what's it? Bahrain.
Then packed it in, probably.
Yeah, mailed it in. He mailed it in. Yeah, big time.
I think I remember that. Well, Taylor has a chance here in the closing laps of picking up some PMR points. Closing in on John Wathan with good speed. Boy, Parsons actually is right there too. I guess Taylor did eventually come in for that stop, and it's tightened up.
Five to go here. We got Wathan. Yep, you're right. Holding off Matt Taylor. Excuse me. Matt Taylor and Parsons right there. So yeah, I saw this one coming here. All these three drivers gonna lose out in the competition. Only two are gonna remain perfect. Chris Moses and Ronnie.
You know, we might be due for a few more fireworks here, actually, because I don't think John Wathan's going to automatically get out of these guys' way, despite having better pace. I think 4 laps to go.
Taylor makes a mistake. Parsons slips past. A little too much throttle on exit there.
Yeah. Huge incidents for Aaron Parsons. Still is going to have the opportunity to finish pretty high up here in the order.
Ball with Parsons. I saw a post earlier, I think it was last week, early this week, I think, with Taylor talking about how he was struggling a bit with these cars. I know you mentioned, I know him and Company struggling with the GT cars, but I'm kind of surprised to hear him say he's struggling with the feel of the Ferrari as well.
Yeah. 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 Well, it is.
But it's showing. I mean, he's got that, you know, he's been qualifying really well. But, unlike previous seasons, but Parsons all over the back of Wathan.
Yeah, and we don't want to miss that battle, but I do want to make a quick note. For Matt Taylor, the race results have just been inconsistent, right? The running on track, the lap-to-lap pace has been okay, but yeah, it has been a bit more inconsistent this season.
Wathan, no doubt going to make that car as wide as possible.
Yeah, I mean, if it's earlier in the race, I think Wathan go.
He broke himself.
Yeah, he's definitely going to fight for this one.
Oh! Big slide from Wathan. Keep it together, John. Oh! Parsons heavy into the wall. And now Taylor looking to pick up a spot here on Watson. Parsons just wants to bring this thing back into the trailer and get the heck out of Monaco. $100 on black, see if you win something.
It's gonna take more than that to get you into one of those casinos, but
100,000, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, I hear you. I'm not gonna be able to sell that car for very much. I'm not gonna give him much of a stake after this race.
Try and salvage something.
Well, I mean, you have to say for Parsons and Taylor, but especially Parsons, he hasn't finished 7th yet. But if he can hold on to not hit anything else,
wow,
still finishing 7th is like a miracle.
Holding off Taylor here, driving like a man possessed.
I thought Taylor got past him.
2 to go here. Great battle for 5th.
Oh, that's a tough spot.
Tough spot to pass. Martin, hang on to it. Parsons right there as well. Big lurch there from Watson.
Yeah, 5th place, man. When the laps are winding down, holy cow! You don't need to overdrive though. All you need to do is.
Watson loses it. Gifts these guys a spot.
I mean, if you're 4 seconds a lap slower, all you have to do is be 4 seconds a lap slower, and the guys behind you are going to be the same pace. It's not like you have to like drive any harder.
You know what? I was going to mention that. I don't like Watson just completely.
Yeah.
It's so hard to pass here as it is. Yeah. And I get it.
That's definitely. Yeah. No, I mean that's the instinct is to fuck. Oops. There's a guy coming.
Sorry.
Time to start pushing.
Nobody's watching at this point.
Hopefully. I tell you, we don't boast the higher viewer rating, but damn, we've got like the most loyal. For like 7 people to stick through this. But freaking props, man. Wow.
All right, Luis Nieto with just a lap and change here to go. Hey, lap Moses here by the time this one ends. Moses has fallen off big time. Saw a sign for digital. Ooh, Parsons hits the wall again. Saw a sign for digital on the track. Oh, wait a second. Oh, Parsons. What is he out of gas? What's going on here?
Oh, that would be a heck of a way to finish the race.
Oh, he's got suspension damage again. See, I think Watson's going to take that spot away from him.
Yeah.
He does.
Womansky and also Uren not far behind. Feimster not far behind. They may have finished. They may have finished their laps.
Oh, yeah. Maybe, right.
No, I think they're still going. This is painful.
Well, the pain is a half a lap from being over, Brad.
If you're Parsons, you're.
As Nieto makes his way through the chicane for the last time. Colby has gotten past. Watson now back at 10th. Don't know what happened to him. Oh, Marty might get past.
Yeah, I think they're all going to.
And Luis Nieto is going to take your win here at Monaco. Ronnie Nunez. About 40 some odd seconds behind the leader, making his way past. Ooh, nearly had an incident with Prato. What am I saying now? I don't even. Andre hasn't raced with us in God knows how long. But shout out to Andre. Haven't seen him, but I'm talking to him.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay, so Nunez now. As he comes to the line in second. And last, but Moses heavy into the wall.
What?
I'm not sure what the heck's going on here, but Moses is going to limp around in third. And there you have it. Those are your top three lead lap finishers. Let's bring in Lewis here and see if we can have a word with that winner. Lewis, do you copy? There you have
it. Hi guys.
Lewis, how are you doing? Congratulations on another win here tonight. Back-to-back wins for you. And man, you were pretty much on your own most of the night. Got clipped there in qualifying, but made a great pass to get around Parsons in the opening lap, and then it was all you. We saw that moment you had with Parsons and Taylor, but didn't seem to hurt you all that bad.
Yeah, thanks guys. Yeah, quali was unexpected. I wasn't sure I was gonna be that fast, but I got the pole, and then Parsons took it away from me for 9 milliseconds. So that's good pull for him. That was a great lap for me, so it must have been a great lap for him. At the start of the race, yeah, Parsons he went in the throttle a little bit too hard on the first corner, and I managed to get him on the straight. And after that, I just was picking up a gap, probably had about 5 seconds, and then I hit the wall. And then after that, I was just trying to keep Parsons not passing me before the pit stop. So it looks like when I went for the pit stop, I went 2 laps before my scheduled pit stop. So he must have made a mistake after that, because I didn't see him for the entire race after that. And it was pretty much just bring the car back home.
Yeah, we saw you get caught up with Parsons and Taylor going up the hill, but like I said, didn't seem to hurt you too bad. And after that, how hard was it just to stay focused?
It was pretty hard, especially in this track. I hate this track. I don't know. It's incredible that I've won it 2 times, but I really hate this track. I don't like walls. I don't know. They just make me nervous. But it looks like it makes the other guys a little bit more nervous than me. But yeah, it was pretty close there at the beginning with Parsons and Mann, but it looks like they both made mistakes. It looks like the mistake I made wasn't that bad, because they just dropped after that.
I personally love the walls myself. Always good excitement for me. And I don't have too much to add really. It was you and your teammate, and as a team, pretty much staying out of trouble. Well, just everyone else did have trouble, and pretty significant trouble. So going forward, you're going to be well and truly vaulted up here in the drivers' classification, despite not even participating in the first couple of events. So it's going to be a decent deficit, but one that can be overcome. It's going to be 40 kilograms, the highest weight we've seen, but going forward, Do you think you can get yourself back in this championship by the end?
Nah, it's gonna be really hard. It's too early to tell. But the thing is that the more you win, the more weight you get. So less fast you're gonna be, at least in the next race. For example, we have Monza coming up, and in that track with 40 kilos, I'm probably gonna be mid-pack or somewhere around there. But yeah, it's gonna be really extremely hard to win or at least to be a contender because of all the weight. I don't know. See how it unfolds. If the guys make mistakes and stuff like that, then yeah, I'm in the race. But if they keep doing what they're doing, then it's gonna be really really tough.
It's a big night for your team anyway. You guys jump into the lead after tonight, so congratulations there, both you and Ronnie finishing 1 and 2. Probably taking over the lead from PMR, so that was good for you guys. Big boost for you guys. So, but congratulations again tonight, Lewis. You had a almost perfect drive. So good job and good luck next week.
Yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for all the work.
All right, Brad. There you have it. Not much more to say. You hung around. You saw what happened. Big highlight though to Nieto and Nunez finishing 1-2 here. Big boost for that team. So we're going to be back next week from Spa. We're actually not going to be at Monaco. It's at Spa next week, next Monday night. So hopefully you guys can tune into that. But until then, we'll be back Thursday night from Montreal and the GT cars. Marty Uren and John Watson will bring you the coverage of that event. So hopefully you guys can tune in to that. If not, we'll see you all next week. Thanks, Brad, and thanks everybody for tuning in.